Welcome to the City Council meeting for Monday, July 1st, 2019. We have in attendance with us tonight the following city officials: Mayor Kathy Catazero Perry, Safety Service Director Barb Sylvester, Law Director Andrea Scaza, Economic Development Director David Maley, Police Chief Keith Moser, and Income Tax Budget Director Lori Boran. On the walls to your left are copies of the agenda for anyone wishing to follow along with tonight's agenda. Under number 5 on the agenda is where the public can speak on any item that appears on tonight's agenda, and then again under number 17 is where the public can speak on any item that does not appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to remind you, if you have a cell phone, please set it to mute or vibrate. Roll call.
Kramer. Cunningham.
Present.
Gregg.
Here.
Irwin.
Here.
Lewis. Littman. Manson. And Sterry. Roll call of 6 present.
Councilman Manson.
Yes. Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion that we excuse Councilwoman Kramer and Councilwoman Littman.
Second by Councilman Irwin. Roll call.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Gregg.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Manson.
Yes.
And Sterry.
Yes.
6 yes to excuse Councilwoman Kramer and Littman.
Thank you, Councilwoman Kramer and Littman have been excused. Councilman Manson.
Yes.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I just want to mention that tonight is probably going to be a relatively short meeting because we do not have a quorum. Madam Clerk, are the minutes of previous meeting transcribed and open for public viewing?
No, they're not. I'm still working on them.
Okay, do you know when they might be done?
They should be done tomorrow when engineering gets my computer and my printer and scanner connected again.
Thank you. Board number 5 on the agenda, where anyone from the audience may come forward and speak on any item that does appear on tonight's. Councilman Manson, do you want to do something with the agenda or anything? No? Okay. Number 5, anyone from the audience may come forward and speak on any item that does appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please come forward, state your name, address, and topic you wish to discuss. And please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
I'm Andrew Weston, 836 11th Street Northeast. I'm here to talk about the project at Duncan Plaza. There's a lot of factors whether or not we should do the Plaza project. Duncan Plaza is already a nice park, used very often by city employees, probably most by Judge Elam for the last 50 years or so. He raised some great concerns most of us probably shared last week. It was clearly constructed with care and quality. All the utilities work, and there's no drainage issues. We should do as he suggested and try to get the same craftsmen to do the improvements. I think the new plan does well, keeping a few aspects of the current plaza that he mentions as important. The space for folks to eat lunch are used on in a daily basis, and the preservation of like a buffer zone and the veteran memorial for the Veterans Memorial so that it can stay protected when there is events there. I'm not a fan of taxes and wasting tax money, but I feel like this grant is going to go somewhere, and it should go to Massillon, not some other city, you know. And if we split the money up into smaller projects, I just don't feel like it'll have the impact that the bigger project would have. We need a big project like this because it'll bring customers to downtown businesses and bring new businesses into Massillon. Most of us were at events at the Massillon Museum about the survival of small towns, and most of us learned, and I learned through research afterwards, that attracting or keeping the small families and young families in Massillon is integral to our survival. Our city's getting older and older as the years go on. Our graduating classes are getting smaller. And to attract those people and keep them from going places like Jackson and North Canton and suburbs of Akron and Cleveland, we need more modern entertainment and more contemporary food and drink. Massillon's starting to get some of these things, new restaurants, new projects, new stores, and I feel like this project would just add to that and bring more people downtown. Small families aren't just important, young families aren't just important for growth. It's also important because a lot of entrepreneurs and CEOs are young families, and they're not going to move to a town where they're not enjoying themselves. If they can enjoy themselves in North Canton or Jackson, they're going to move there. They're going to put their business there. So I just feel like this is a good chance for us to bring some of those people to Massillon. And if I were on city council, I'd approve this amphitheater project. I'd make sure Judge Elam's concerns were addressed throughout the project, and I'd see what other city regulations may inhibit business at the project, and then maybe even petition the state to relax some of their regulations that may inhibit it. And it's not just about young families. I think we could have a lot of older people need better entertainment in this town too. We can't just have the Jessica flavor and the Massillon football rally. That can't be our only entertainment for an entire year. I think we need to have more entertainment in Massillon for everybody. We could bring all types of different acts, not just for young families. We could even have, since it needs to be turned into wheelchair accessible anyway, we could have the biggest handicap event ever. Maybe we'll have the biggest elderly event, because now we'll have a plaza that can have people that are in wheelchairs. Thank you, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Andrew. Would you please sign the paper?
Yeah.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to come forward and speak on a topic that does appear on tonight's agenda? Seeing none, we'll move into introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Councilman Manson?
Yes, Madam President, let's kind of talk about this quorum and stuff before we move on. I'd like to the law director, if we could, to explain to everybody, because we've been through this once before. Andrew, lots of times.
Thank you, Ms. Hanson.
Just so everybody knows that's.
Okay. Pursuant to Council Rule 25, I apologize, I'm looking at this on my phone. I guess if you're asking to suspend the rules in order to pass anything on first or second read tonight, you would need 3/4 of a vote, which you do not have tonight. You need 3/4. Now, as far as we don't have anything on for third read tonight.
No, we could.
So you're not able, you would need a majority to vote on that, but you would need 2/3 with regard to the emergency language that affects the 30-day time period for ordinances to go into effect.
So the reasons we have to have 3/4 for quorum.
No, you have to have 3/4 to suspend the rule that
Rules,
requires
suspend the
three
rules, I'm
readings.
sorry.
Councilman Lewis?
I was just going to say, it's not, the issue's not quorum, we have the quorum. We can pass things and start meetings, we just can't suspend rules.
Thank you for the clarification. Okay, let's move into introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 91, 2019.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement to transfer hospital equipment items from the City of Massillon to the Community Improvement Corporation of Massillon, Ohio, the CIC, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hanson.
First reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 91, 2019 has received first reading. Ordinance number 92, 2019.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement to transfer hospital medical equipment, furniture, furnishings, and other non-essential items from the City of Massillon to the Community Improvement Corporation of Massillon, Ohio, the CIC, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hanson.
First reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 92, 2019 has received first reading. Ordinance number 93, 2019.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 12th Ward Veterans Park Duncan Plaza Improvement Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2019, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
First reading.
Thank you. Ordinance number 93, 2019 has received first reading. Madam Clerk, is there any unfinished business?
No, there is not.
Are there any petitions and general communications?
No, there are not.
Are there any bills, accounts, and claims?
Yes, we have a bill for Graphic Enterprises in the amount of $125 for a service call when we had a power outage a couple of weeks ago. And it disconnected the computer from the scanner, so we have that bill, $125.
Councilman Lewis.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Second by Councilman Sterrett. Roll call.
Gregg,
Yes.
Irwin,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Manson, Sterrett,
Yes.
and Cunningham.
Yes.
6 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you. The clerk will pay the bills and charge them to their proper accounts. Reports of city officials.
We have the treasurer's report for May of 2019.
Thank you. Reports of committees. Our next work session. Our next work session is going to be Monday, July 8th at 6:30, and I believe we have something at 6 p.m. Councilman Lewis.
Yes, I was going to report that the Finance Committee is having a meeting at 6 p.m. The purpose of that meeting is to review the revenue that is brought in with our current tax credit for out-of-town workers, and to review the revenue that has been brought in for the street lighting fee that we have. I want to thank the Auditor's Office and the Income Tax Department because they've both been able to supply those revenue numbers to me, and we'll be able to discuss them at the next council meeting.
Thank you. Number 12, resolutions and requests of council members. Councilman Hanson.
Yes, Madam President. The mayor gave you this tonight. Do you want to comment on this tonight at the next meeting?
Thank you, Mayor.
Good evening, Madam President, members of council. Thank you. After being the mayor for 8 years, I have watched our community to see who participates in our health fairs and also our job fairs. And I really don't see a great deal of participation. And so we are piloting a program this year. Holton and MCTV are both sponsors of this. And it's called the Neighborhood Community Fair. And we're going to start in the southeast part of town. And if this works out well and we get the response that we're looking for, then we'll move to the southwest, etc. So what we've done is we've invited SARTA in. We've invited United Way. Some of the trades will be there. Colleges will be there. We just are trying to connect our community with resources. So the other day I helped a young man fill out his FAFSA. And we have a lot of students that could possibly go to college, but it's hard for them to fill. That FAFSA is hard for me to fill out for my kids. And so we're going to try to connect our community with resources for them to either work for the trades,
The jobs program will be there as well, and also the colleges. So if someone would like to go to college, we have 2 colleges committed to coming, Walsh and Kent State, and we're still waiting on Stark State. High population of our community does attend Stark State, so I think it would be good for them to be at the table. We're going to be giving away a television from MCTV. We have bikes and bike helmets. There are 2 bikes that we're going to give away. We're going to have a nutritionist there. And I'm going to donate 2 Instapots so that we can teach people how to create healthy meals. And so we'll be giving those Instapots away. There'll be some fun things there. The football team is going to come out, the basketball team. There'll be some fun things for the kids. We have face painting. I think we've secured a DJ as well as a bounce house for the kids. So we're really just trying to get the community to come out and connect them so that if they have desires to do, a change in their life, that we're able to provide that avenue for them. Okay.
Does anyone have any questions for the mayor from council? If this is successful, how soon would you have another one? Would you do every couple months?
We would, again, have to find some sponsors. It was difficult to get individual tents, and that really is where our cost is the tents. So we are having a large tent, and so everyone will fit underneath that tent. If it rains, you'll notice on here we have a rain date of July the 20th, and that's already been secured. And we're also working with Walnut Hills Neighborhood Association. So Diane Patches has been instrumental helping with the committee. So it's really exciting how this is coming together and the excitement that we're seeing. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to connect our community, especially for young people that want to go to college. Sergeant will be there to talk about bus routes, and there is a way, if you want to do something, there is a way to do it. But I think that we, as the administration, as council members, we need to help them get to where they want to be.
Councilman Gray?
I just want to clarify, this is all totally free of cost to the community, is that correct?
It is. We have sponsorships from MCTV and from Altman. Those items that they're bringing are no cost to us. Altman is also bringing apples and oranges, fresh fruit, and hot dogs and water. So we'll also be giving some food out as well. Should be a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 15, call of the calendar. Third reading ordinances and resolutions. There are none. Number 15, second reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 77, 2019.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio to accept a grant from First Energy Corporation to be used for the city's Renaissance at Duncan Plaza project.
Councilman Manson?
Thank you, Madam President. We will be giving this second reading, but I just wanted to know that everybody received this communication from Laura Tubo of First Energy Service Company. I think I'll read it just so everybody else, maybe some of the people here that had questions didn't see this. At last week's Massillon Council meeting, an item in front of council discussed the acceptance of a $10,000 gift from First Energy Corp to the Capital Fund for the Imagine Downtown Massillon Renaissance at Duncan Plaza project. Public comments at the meeting appeared to confuse the originator of the gift with First Energy Solutions. Its pending bankruptcy case and an ad campaign for a bill before the state legislature to provide funding to keep nuclear power plants operational. Please note that First Energy Solutions, which owns 2 nuclear plants in Ohio and has yet to emerge from bankruptcy, is a separate legal entity and unrelated to First Energy Corp, which is making this gift. We're grateful to First Energy Corp, and I'm not going to bother reading this. This is whatever they're going to say there, but for that reason, we'll give a second reading. We'll vote on it. all the stuff will be out of the way anyhow, and we'll have the third reading next meeting.
Thank you. Ordinance number 77, 2019 has received second reading. Ordinance number 90, 2019.
An ordinance amending the wage scale of Section 2D, occupation list of class titles of Ordinance 127, 1997, 305, Police Department, specifically only the positions of Police Chief and Police Captain, and enacting a new wage scale of Section 2D, occupation list of class titles of Ordinance number 127, 1997, 305, Police Department, specifically only the positions of Police Chief and Police Captain in the city of Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Second read.
Thank you. Ordinance number 90, 2019 has received second reading. Is there any new miscellaneous business? Seeing none, we are at number 17, where anyone from the audience may come forward and speak on any topic that did not appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, as before, please come forward, state your name, address, topic you wish to discuss. 3 minutes.
Madam President, thank you, Council, City Council members, and my other fellow members here at the City of Massillon. The Mayor is right. Mayor, you are right. There hasn't been a lot of young participation.
Excuse me.
Yes.
State your name and address.
LJ Luther, 2954 Veterans Boulevard, Southeast Massillon, Ohio.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Mayor, you are right. I agree with you. We don't have very much participation in downtown Massillon. We don't have, as the gentleman spoke, a lot for the handicapped people. I visited the Legends of Massillon. I visited the Inn at University Village, and also visited Danbury, and I talked to the owner who lives in North Canton, who owns Aldi's. We need to get more people and more events for our handicapped folks who help build Massillon. And I think we need to get on it pretty quick with that. As far as young people, we don't. As far as your streetscape is concerned, I think it's going to be beautiful when it's done, and I give you a lot of kudos for doing that. However, when I look at this at the big picture, because I visit Cleveland quite a bit, and I'm on business back in other states, we don't have anything to drive business to downtown Massillon. I know most all the business owners downtown. Communication hasn't been that great. Okay, I have to talk. There's been meetings and that. Meetings on top of meetings for this. And I've talked to business owners by themselves and in groups. Okay. We don't have in your video that you stated about streetscape, you stated that you visit Smiley's once a week or whatever, you get phone, and I know you get your food delivered at home, whatever. But there's not enough business to bring the millennials downtown. You know, Smiley's isn't going to do it. My friend that owns the barbecue place, Bender's isn't going to do it. Bill at the flower shop isn't going to do it. I know we need more businesses. That brings my point. I think it's great that you're doing streetscape, but we got to have something more than that. It all gets down to the business development department. I like David Bailey, just like the next guy, just like all the people I talk in Massillon. I've said this about 2 or 3 times in Massillon. Dave needs help. We're not bringing in any more business to Massillon, which is revenue, which will help with your streetscape. And I like Duncan Plaza to go along with that. But Dave needs, he told me he's running thin. I said, Dave, did you get this? You know, he told me Myra come and sit in his office. We don't need Myra to sit in his office. We need to go after the business. We can't just sit and wait until the business comes up. And Dave needs help. This is the 4th time now I've said this. Maybe Dave will get some help. Or maybe they'll find it in the budget, because I know City Council probably has to pass it. And that's what I see. But I think the streetscape downtown is going to go good. But what about those businesses? I understand you and Dave Bailey were going to walk and talk to some businesses, Dave told me. I haven't seen anything going on. We still have empty spots down there. My friend had the jewelry store. I don't know what's going on with that. Millennials aren't going to come down. This is not East 4th in Cleveland. But I think we need a streetscape to append to that. But we've got to find out these businesses that are going on in here. But I think you're doing a great job to get this streetscape. Thank you, and that's my opinion.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Delivery, you signed in already, right?
I signed in earlier.
Anyone else? Seeing none, Councilman Hanson. Second by Councilman Steer. Meeting adjourned.